We're your hosts,
Aaron Bacus
and Jason Kindler.
We like to sit down with our guests to hear their journey, their challenges, and how they impact the local community.
So grab a seat, tune in, and let's get inspired by Jacksonville's everyday workforce.
Welcome to Hometown Jacks. Man, I'm really excited about this one. I have a longtime old friend here from high school, Mr. Chris Frison, the owner of All Star Barbershop, 8803 Yeoman Road. Is that right?
Yeoman Drive.
Yeoman Drive, sorry, in Jacksonville, Florida. World famous barbershop and graduate of Buchholz High School, 1991 together. Thanks for coming, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You're looking good. I mean, do you age or how does that work?
I do, absolutely. You'll see when I get up.
Absolutely. Well, you know, it's funny. Chris and I obviously graduated high school together a long time ago, and we connected on social media a while ago. And you know, I said, "Hey, man, let me come over and get a haircut." And I walked in the room, and what was your first thought? Like, this is the most complicated hairdo that you'll ever have to do, or
no? Absolutely not. I already knew what the deal was when I saw you.
So it didn't scare you about how my hair looked.
No.
Okay.
No problem
So
at all.
bald is pretty easy to cut.
Hey. I'm just saying.
So what we want to do for the audience out there is we really want to get into a little bit of your history, talk about you, and then talk about the barbershop. You've been running it a long time, got a lot of questions about it. People want to know what people do for a living, and I think it's super interesting, and I'm going to get into it. So
Okay.
let's roll. So tell me about your family. Tell me about kids, wife, all that stuff.
Well, I have two children. They're grown. We talked about earlier.
How old?
Chris and Morgan. Chris is 31.
Okay.
And Morgan is 29.
Okay, we are old, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. So our kids are out.
And are they in Jacksonville?
Yes, they are.
Okay, great,
They
awesome.
are. They're in Jacksonville. So mom is here now. My mom is here. My dad died some years ago. But
Okay.
yeah, my mom lives right down the street.
Oh, good.
So, you know, family, everybody's here except for my older brother, Don. He lives in Gainesville still.
Okay.
But my brother, he works at the shop.
Yes,
with me.
exactly,
And,
exactly.
So everything's going well.
Any grandkids?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Kendall, her birthday's today, matter of
Oh,
fact.
wow.
She's
Well,
8
I
years
hope you
old.
got a present in the car ready to roll.
Yeah, she's 8 years old.
Okay.
And, my wife's, you know, we have, 4? Gosh, yeah, we have several twins and all that. So,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I'm vetted, man. I'm a grandpa.
You are, man. That's awesome to hear. Well, that's great. Great family. And what do your kids do?
Chris is in Orlando working. He works with the demolition crew. They do different things around in different states, actually. And,
Like knocking things down?
knocking things down, refurbishing them, and stuff like
Okay,
that.
okay.
My daughter has a suite. She does hair.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
she,
Well,
yeah,
coincidence,
yeah,
huh?
she has her own business.
Okay.
She's been doing that for a while. She likes
Okay.
it. And she used to do a pharmacy. She used to be like a pharmacy
Yeah,
technician, but
yeah.
I guess she liked the owning your own business thing better. But yeah, she's doing well.
Awesome. Well, that's
She's
great to
doing
hear
well.
about your family. So other than cutting hair, what do you like to do? I know you like Gator football.
I
So
like Gator football and basketball.
yes.
I like to fish, Aaron. I do a lot of fishing.
Freshwater or?
Freshwater, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from country, man. So
Yeah.
I like to fool around with the lakes and do the bass fishing and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Yeah.
That's one of my part-time things that I like to do.
So are you one of those guys that kind of searches out the lost lake and see what's there?
Man, I'll ride. My wife's always getting them. I always ride. There's a lake, baby. There's a lake. So, you know, I'm that kind of guy. I might have my ride in the car.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
Yeah, I grew up doing that stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's
No,
fun.
I love to fish, man. I love to
it.
fish. So Gainesville, Florida, you graduated high school. Where did you go after that? Did you come right over to Jacksonville?
I did
or-
not.
Okay.
No, I went to Tampa Technical Institute.
Okay.
Art was my thing.
Yes.
You know, so
you were a great art. Well, you are a great artist.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. I commercial art. That's my degree.
Yeah.
And computers were very. I'm not very into the computer stuff.
Yeah.
That was like a thing that was kind of a challenge to me.
Yeah,
You know, 'cause
right.
I'm a fine arts guy, but I
Right.
did that. I got my degree.
Yeah.
And school was good, but it just didn't pay the bills for
Right,
me. You know,
right.
It's hard. It was tough to find a gig that supported my family.
Right,
I
right.
started young,
Right.
but I enjoyed the college years, as you could say. It was good.
Well, what made? Yeah, absolutely. So, what made you make the jump from artist wasn't working out to barbershop. Like, where did that come from? Was that from your family history, or what made you?
Well, I started cutting hair, Aaron, when I was like 12, man. So
I feel like I remember that now.
Man, I started young, man. My dad cut hair in the Navy.
Okay.
So he had clippers at the house. So
he was in the Navy, cut guys on the ship.
Well, just messing around.
Yeah, right.
So he had the little kit.
Yeah.
So you get into your parents' stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Me and my brother, we got into stuff, and he started first, and of course I did too. I was just like, man, if you can do it, I can do it.
Right.
So got pretty good.
Yeah.
Here we are now.
So you were doing serious haircuts at age 12.
Well, I started out
like not experimenting. Like if you mess up,
I just jumped right out. That started on my head.
Okay.
And we just went from there and started cutting my neighbors, and people would take notice. Well, who cut your hair?
Right.
Well, I did.
Right.
No, show me.
They didn't believe you because you were so young.
That's right.
Right. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. That's hilarious. So you figured out that the art thing wasn't your direction, and you fell back on cutting hair.
Yeah.
Did you go into immediately All Star, or did you start some other place?
No, actually, I started out at a beauty salon.
Okay.
What was the name of that? I forget. Anyway, but Vanessa Thomason, she was very integral in my start.
Okay.
She let me work in her shop.
Nice.
On the weekends.
Is this in Gainesville, or was this
Jacksonville?
Okay. You're back in Jax.
Yeah. So she gave me all of the, her customers that, he's good, he'll do it. So I built my clientele from there.
Right.
Yeah. So that was pretty good.
And then at some point you said, well, I can do this on my own.
Yeah. I went to barber school. Actually, I was already in barber school, and I got my license, and I continued to work with her. Excuse me. She opened up another salon in the plaza. Yeah. And I just kind of blossomed from there, man, and I just never looked back.
Well, that's interesting. I'm glad you brought up barber school because it's not on my list, but I'm super curious about that. Like, how long is barber school?
Well, then it was 1,200 hours. I'm not sure how long.
1,200 hours?
1,200 hours.
1,200.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Well, they had it broke down for people with, families' dynamics are different.
Yeah.
I did it 8 hours a day, so it was a little faster on the faster track.
Right.
So you could space it out, like however you wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. It was, practice for people that don't know how to cut, but I already knew.
Right.
And
did it feel like, why do I have to do this? I already know what I'm doing, kind of thing.
It's to some degree.
Yeah.
But I get it. You have to do. You're never above learning something.
Right, for sure. So 1,200 hours. That is just a lot. So like, what are you doing
months.
for? Are you literally just cutting hair all day long on different styles, or what?
When we got to school, we started with our theory, which is the book part of it.
Okay.
I had to learn about infectious diseases, Florida law, when it comes to barbering and stuff like that. So,
what kind of law? It's funny that you're bringing all this up. Like, I didn't realize it was that integral.
Yeah, there's all types of stuff we have to know about. The diseases that maybe strep, stuff like that. Just the a whole lot of different stuff that was we didn't really know about. I was like a porch barber at first, but
porch
we
barber,
didn't know it,
funny.
And it was just very important to learn. So, and I did very well in that part of it. I was proud of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So how long did that take you to do? 1,200 hours?
It was 9 months.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
It was 9 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you take tests along the way? Or?
Yeah. We took tests. We took tests, and then when we get to the end of the 9 months, we do our state board.
Okay.
Which we had to go to Tallahassee. Then we had to do a live haircut.
Okay.
A tapered haircut on an individual.
Right.
And I do a written test. So,
okay.
Yeah, we had to get I think it was 70% or 80. 70, I think. It's been a while ago.
So what do they do, man? And they just open the door like, anybody want a free haircut?
That's what we did.
Got an experiment?
Man, we got to Tallahassee, and we didn't take anybody, so we went to the homeless shelter.
Oh, interesting.
They told us that there would be guys that would want to volunteer to get their haircut.
Right.
So we were like, you want a haircut for free?
And what a great combination there.
That's what we did. So,
yeah.
Yeah, it worked out.
So you passed the test?
Passed the test.
Okay. So you're back here. And is that when All Star started pretty much, or no?
No, I worked in a shop that wasn't mine for several years.
Okay.
And how I got my shop was the guy, he wasn't a barber. I think his mom wanted to set up a business for him.
Yeah.
But he wasn't very business-minded.
Right.
We kind of bumped heads a little bit with his strategies.
Yeah, right.
That's how the barbershop came along. You know,
Okay.
he wanted to raise the rent a lot and just be, listening to other barbers that own shops.
Yep.
And, I was like, I challenged him on it. And he was like, well, you can just get your own shop. And that's what I did.
That's the beginning of
That's
many
it.
entrepreneurial story right
That's
there.
it. Yeah, he said,
Try it on
shop.
your own. Okay, man, I'll do it.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I would imagine that's the natural progression with people that cut hair. It's like at some point you probably have the itch just to do it on your own.
Yeah.
You're developing your clientele and all of that.
Yeah, I really didn't want. It kind of fell in my lap. I really didn't aspire to do that, to have my own shop. But the way he did it, it made me like, well, wow.
Right.
You know what? You're right.
I need to do it. I need to do it. So you answered my question here. When your first haircut was 12 years old, do you remember who you gave the haircut to besides yourself?
Michael Williams, my neighbor.
Oh, I remember Big Mike Williams.
Michael L. Williams.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I remember
Williams.
him.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
my neighbor.
hilarious, man.
My first victim.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Can you so I got a lot of crazy questions. So you talked about how you got into cutting hair. Can you remember the first time you cut somebody's hair and they were really mad at the outcome?
No.
You've never had one.
I can't say that anyone was like really mad. I mean, I've had a lady that came in that I don't know what she was going through.
Yeah.
But she had a head full of hair. And she was like, she wanted her hair off.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, I did that.
She wanted it all off.
She said she did.
Okay.
And I don't think that she really wanted that. It wasn't a bad haircut.
Right.
But I mean, she didn't, storm out or nothing.
Yeah.
But that's about the only time.
Yeah.
I'm a natural, man.
You are a natural. You've been cutting since 12. I mean, maybe it's a dumb question. I'm sorry. So male, female, you interchange. It doesn't matter. You can go either way.
Yeah, it just depends on what they want.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not ever scissor hands or anything.
Right.
But, yeah.
Have you ever come across somebody that walks in the shop, you're like, oh boy, what's going on up there? I need to get my gloves or what?
Well, I let Stan cut him. Yeah, Stan cut a guy the other day. He had an Axl Rose. I mean, he had a lot of hair.
Oh, really?
And Stan, he tightened him up, man. Faded him up. He was tight.
Well, before I forget, what do you do with all the hair?
Sweep it up.
And just put it in the trash?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's what I do with it.
Okay. I always wonder that,
Yeah. I mean, some people sell hair. Wigs are big, but I don't get into that stuff.
Right. That's funny. When you made that flip where you told your landlord, I'm just going to start at my own, do you remember the most challenging part of that first year of starting on your own? Or was it just, do you remember it being challenging or not?
It was very challenging
Yes.
because the guy that owned the shop, he said, get your own shop. There's a vacant building in this plaza.
Yeah.
So, I did what I needed to do to get the building.
Right.
But it took time to get it up and running.
Right.
Excuse me. So there was a lady next door to me that had a beauty shop.
Okay.
So she let us work in there.
Oh, very nice.
Temporarily. So,
Right.
But he was very displeased with that.
Right.
And, that was probably the most challenging thing. But, we made through, we made it through. But, he was a trip at the end. He threw us out, called the cops on us,
Oh, boy.
Yeah, once he realized I was going to get the building.
Right.
You know. After he said what he said, he was like, you can't do that. So, that was a little, crazy. But, we made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made it. So
I would think that it's really hard for a business like that because you're doing the work of the business, but you don't have any time to really go out and develop the business. Really word of mouth, right?
It is. It is. I mean, we've had a good name in the community.
Yeah.
There were 7 of us at one time, and everybody was. That's why I got the name of the shop.
Right.
All of us are all stars.
Right.
So
there you
that's
go.
How I got the name. So we really didn't do a lot of. Well, yeah, we did. I ain't gonna lie. We did commercials.
You did.
Oh yeah, shot a couple commercials, and that really helped out a lot.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a lot cheaper than what people think.
Right. Interesting. Yep. And how long ago was that you did commercials?
It's been a while, man.
Because we're going on, 20 years All Star been around, or what?
Maybe 10 years ago to 8 years ago, and then one maybe 15 years ago.
Right.
3 or 4 of them.
Right. But now you're kind of on a point where you're sailing, and people know you are, and you got your regulars, that sort of thing.
Yeah. I don't feel the need to do that anymore right now.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, I would imagine, even though you had a good name and all that, when you step out on your own in the real world, you're just kind of waiting for people to show up.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
It's got to be a
absolutely.
little scary.
Very scary. And that's what I tell guys that, I know that it's tough, but I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, but, I mean, you need to have everything in order, man.
Right. Right.
From your rent to who's going to be in there with you,
Yeah,
all
right.
that kind of stuff. So,
Right. Well, you got to like the people that are going to be. You're spending a lot of time with them.
That's right. That's right.
A lot of time. So tell me what your typical work day looks like. Like, are you pretty regimented? Like, when you wake up, you have these 10 appointments, and how does it look?
Pretty much. I do appointments. Tuesdays and Wednesdays have been slow since COVID.
Yeah.
So I may have 2 or 3 in there, but it may turn into 10. You just have to show up and,
So
See how it goes.
you get a lot of walk-ins.
from time to time.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So that kind of helps it out.
Yeah.
And walk-ins may just be my customers that just call me.
Right. Right.
They don't necessarily have an appointment.
Right.
So,
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I've never been much on appointments either. I just kind of like
Anyway,
to
it
walk
works,
in.
man. I never trade that.
Yeah,
It's nothing like knowing, who's coming and, how many
well,
people
of
you got.
course. Yeah, you'd like
can't
to
beat
plan it out.
Yeah.
I imagine it's really hard with the finances, especially in the beginning. Like, you don't really know what the consistency is.
Well, actually, towards the end of the week is always golden.
Right.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Those are going to be your big days. So
Okay.
traditionally, that's how it's been. So you can almost bank on it.
Really.
But-
It's that consistent.
Oh, yeah. Towards the end of the week, people want to look good for their wives.
Right.
Church, whatever you got going on.
Right.
So,
Right. So what would you say out of those 3 days is the most busiest? Fridays or?
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Probably Friday.
Yeah.
For me now. Yeah.
What, who do you have a particular type or arrangement that you like the most? I mean, like, do you like when the little kids come in? Is that fun or is that annoying?
I love kids. Kids
Yeah.
are the future. I've got kids that,
Yeah.
well, they're not kids anymore, that I started, when they were kids, and now they have their kids coming to me.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
That's
yeah,
really
I
cool.
like kids a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't care who comes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tighten you up.
Well, have you ever, I'm sure you've done many first haircuts for kids.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
I remember it with my boys taking them there.
It's very big.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
They remember it forever.
they think they're about to die, and it's just a matter of cutting the hair.
They do. They do.
That is interesting. How late do you usually stay open?
It depends. Like I say, Tuesday and Wednesdays are slow. So
Yeah.
excuse me. Normally around 2, I knock off. I have to get my granddaughter from school sometimes. But
Yeah.
Thursday and Friday, like 6:00.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it hard to take a vacation?
Not with my wife.
Right.
Put the sign up, baby. I'm out of here. No.
Well, do you ever I would think you would be a little worried
have to
sometimes.
let
Like
people
you
know.
miss.
You just have to let people know, and that's a
Right.
big thing with other new customers.
Yeah.
Well, why do you come here now? My
Right.
barber disappears on me.
Yeah.
Just have to let people know.
Right.
That's all.
Right.
Yeah. Post a sign.
Right.
Tell them.
Well, I know when I was in there, if I think there was a few people that come in just for a quick tighten
Yeah.
up. That's it.
Yeah, that's
it's
it.
not a very extensive thing.
No, not everybody. If they come regularly, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But we have our newcomers that we have to kind of assess what they got, or
Yeah.
kids. Everybody's different.
Right, right.
I'm just up for it, man. I just love what I do,
Yeah.
and it's cool.
Well, it allows you to watch football and
Absolutely.
work
My
at the
TV's
same
right
time.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. What would you? Well, I got down here. Your brother works with you. You have two
Yeah.
brothers, right?
Yeah, I do.
One's in Orlando, and one works with you.
Gainesville, actually.
Gainesville.
Yeah.
So when did he start working with you from the beginning?
No, he came later.
Okay.
He was in Orlando as a barber,
Okay.
and he decided to come to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And, I just got my shop, so it's fit right in there.
So you establish that you're the boss, and he needs to.
No, man, never. He's my older brother, man. No.
Oh, he's your older brother.
Yeah, Sam's older than me. He's
Okay.
8 years older than me.
Okay. Wow. Wow. So you guys have been working together how long?
He came there in 01.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty special, though.
Oh, yeah.
You guys must get along.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we don't argue or nothing like that.
He's a Gator fan too, right? I thought. Yeah. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
that's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. I
My
remember.
parents
when-
would kill him if we argued.
Yeah, right. Exactly. What what are some of the most popular haircuts? Like, is it like I come in and like there's like 2 or 3 styles and you say it and then okay, yeah, I'll do it, or people just kind of have to describe everyone individually?
Well, now, everybody wants hair on their head, Aaron. I mean, gosh, just look at TV. All these kids want all this stuff.
Like, what do you mean? Well, they want it
more like a natural. Everybody wants their hair now. They want the the long with the wicks and all that.
Right,
so
right.
It's really like easy. You're not asking for much.
Right. Well, has that changed over the years? Like before?
Before, it was like everybody wanted a fade or, something real sculpted.
Yeah.
But right now it's like, don't touch the top. I'm
Really?
growing it out.
So just kind of tighten up the sides and
just a little quick cleanup.
Yeah. Has there ever been someone that come in and you're like, man, that I don't know if I can do that. Like that's with the long hair. I mean, does that make it more difficult?
It can.
Yes.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate cutting all that hair.
Right.
I like short hair.
Right. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I hate
would
to deal
imagine.
with all that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Do you do beards and stuff too?
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
yeah.
Wow. Well, then there you go. I noticed that you have a beard on, and I'm working on one today too.
I see that.
How do you? Well, I think you kind of answered this though, but like, how do you keep your clients loyal? I mean, I imagine it's just doing a great job every time.
That's it.
Yeah.
And punctual.
Yeah.
Price point.
Yes.
Just being somebody that they can talk to and just get along with.
Yes.
People don't really like people that I don't like that guy.
Right.
That goes a long way.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
They consider me as family.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I would imagine you have to kind of sense out the person too. Like, do they want to talk? Do they not want to talk?
Oh yeah, I work on them.
Yeah.
Some people don't really want to talk, but that's not me.
Yeah.
You're not gonna sit in my chair and don't say nothing to me.
Right.
I mean,
Do you cut Florida State fans, or do you?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. It's just that you may slip a little bit or something.
Well, no, they say stuff like, "Oh man, this is a Gator shop. I can't get my hair cut." But I ain't gonna mess you up.
Yeah. So what's really cool is what I hear you saying is that most of your clients are really your friends. Like even a step further, probably
I
your
like to
family.
look at it like that. Yeah.
Do you have what do you? Off the top of your head, what's your longest running client? Like how many years?
Oh man, I was in hair school. Yeah, like 28 years.
28 years.
Yeah. I met him in hair school.
Wow.
He was like, "You're my barber."
So you cut his hair in hair school.
Yeah.
Wow.
I still cut his hair.
Okay.
And his children.
Wow.
And his grandkids.
That's pretty special, man. Do you ever look back and you're like, wow, I kind of created a good life for myself?
Yeah. I do actually. Yeah. And I really appreciate everybody that's come through.
Yeah.
And everybody that's not continue to come through.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they'll come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool.
How many, is it just you and your brother in there? Because that's all that was there when I was there.
Yeah. We had a couple of barbers last year and they left. They decided to leave. But it's just us right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had as many as 7.
Yeah, wow.
But, people come and go.
Yes.
But hey, we're doing it.
I imagine whenever you get started in the business, like we kind of talked about your evolution. I mean, you need a place to start. You know what I mean? You're not opening up your own shop right off the bat.
Right. Yeah, a lot of guys have these aspirations of I want my shop, but you just have to be careful about a lot of stuff, man. Because.
Well, 1,200 hours, man, that is just...
It's not that bad. I heard it's not that much anymore.
Yeah.
I heard it's like 600 now.
Wow. I mean, that just seems like a lot. Have you ever cut anybody's hair that's famous?
Yeah, I cut Lawrence Taylor's hair before.
Lawrence Taylor?
Yeah.
In Jacksonville? What's he doing? What, before?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's been years ago. He, one of my customers, he said, LT's coming through. I was like, oh, okay, LT.
LT
cool.
who? Yeah, right.
Right. His dad was a friend of his agent's.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, cool. So Lawrence Taylor comes in. And I was like, oh, LT. Oh, wow.
Right, that Lawrence Taylor.
Wow. So, yeah, he got his hair cut. And,
well, if I remember, he was high and tight, like very short hair, right?
Yeah. He had the little flat top and stuff.
Yeah.
But, earrings hanging out.
Right.
But,
for all you young people out there that don't know who Lawrence Taylor is, probably the greatest linebacker ever, played for the Giants, and it was just a beast.
Yeah, LT was
What
tight.
was he doing in Jacksonville?
I don't know. I don't know what he was doing, but it was a total surprise. The shop was surprised.
Yeah.
Because it didn't say Lawrence Taylor, the football player. It said LT. I was like,
Right. Anybody else come to mind? Any Gator players, maybe?
Yeah, a couple of guys over the years. I can't. They didn't really. Yeah, several guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, several guys up in Keaton Thomas. He plays for Baylor.
Okay, great. Awesome.
when he was a kid.
Awesome.
He's doing well.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. You mentioned pricing. Like pricing is a sensitive thing. Obviously, it is. Like, so do you have your hand on that? Pretty obviously you do, but like it's that sensitive. Like if you were to raise it $5 a cut, that really would make a big impact one way or the other. Or no?
It would.
Okay.
Yeah, my take on that, Aaron, is that people charge what they want.
Yes.
I've been doing this a while, and I know how the economy is and stuff like that.
Right.
Excuse me, excuse me, bro.
Yeah,
Sorry
yeah,
about
you're
that.
good. You're good.
People, I know it's tough.
Yes.
So I just want everybody to be able to come regularly,
Right.
and get a haircut and not be, tripping about the price.
Right.
Volume is best for me.
Right. That's true.
And
That's
I
true.
know a lot of guys that are super expensive. They may say they're doing well, but I really don't believe that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just try to do it, where families can come get their
Right.
haircut.
Well, that's really good point because your volume is the key. I mean,
is the key.
the repeat business. You're not looking for the big score one time. I mean,
Yeah.
it is
And it's
consistency
been
over
working.
time.
It's been working.
Yeah.
Like I said, I lost a couple of barbers because of that.
Yeah.
They said that I wasn't charging enough, and I was like, well, just charge what you want, actually.
Right.
And just pay my rent. But,
Right.
It's been working out, man.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm cheating myself, or I just like to stay busy.
For sure.
And I know that a lot of other barbers, I've caught some flack over the years, like, man, you're too cheap.
Right.
Cheap. But I'm like, I'm booked.
Right. There you go. I'm booked. Yeah. That's funny. Does your cost of business really go up that much though? I mean,
Well, if you get into the newest trends like the enhancements, they got like spray on stuff where they could make it like you got a head full of hair.
oh wow, just with a
But
spray.
the fibers and all that, you'll look like.
So you can do all that too?
No.
Okay.
I choose not to.
Right.
But it is there for people that want to do it.
Okay.
And that raises the price point up.
Yeah, for sure.
I know a couple of guys, they charge 40 base price, but it could go up to like 100 with the enhancements.
Yeah,
and stuff.
for sure.
And they say they do well. So
Yeah.
it's great. But
Is there much technology advancement in cutting hair, or is it pretty much the same?
websites, people use a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Instagram, all that kind of stuff. Clippers now, they've kind of went to the cordless stuff.
Yeah.
Everything's cordless now.
Yeah.
I like some of them, but
Just don't get the power
I like
with the cordless,
electricity.
man. I
like
understand.
electricity.
I'm the same
it's
way.
Cute.
Yeah, exactly.
I got
like,
some,
I like to plug in, so
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing about your line, I don't think there's going to be any computer that's going to take you away.
I don't think so.
I don't think there's robots cutting hair yet. That's
Yeah,
still
I
a
don't feel
long
like,
time.
Yeah, I don't feel like people would trust that. I don't.
Do you have a lot of competition, or not really because you're so?
Oh yeah, everybody's a barber, man. Look
Okay.
at the reels on Facebook. Everybody's a barber.
Right.
Since COVID,
Yeah,
I can do that.
yeah.
There's no why I'm paying that. So,
Why do you say during COVID? Did a lot of people start cutting hair during COVID?
Well, I just think a lot of people just felt like I don't need a haircut. I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
I work at home.
Interesting.
Everything is
I
closed.
didn't think about that.
I can do that. So yeah. Everybody's a barber now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't people understand that a good haircut makes you feel good inside? I've always felt that way.
They do, but some people they just say, I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that during COVID.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can you think of I know we talked about memorable people. Is there any memorable stories of something that came into your shop or whatever, good, bad, or funny, or what?
Yeah, there's a ton of good and bad.
Yeah.
Well, we had a book nook for kids. Like we
Okay.
So Senator Tony Hill.
Yeah.
At that time, he suggested that we do like a book reading for kids. That was nice.
Right.
Just come in and read books
Yeah,
for kids and
okay.
stuff like that. But we've had a ton of stuff, man, like good and bad, and it's just I don't know. Some of it I don't think I should share, but
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, man, it's a journey.
Yeah, for sure.
And I wouldn't trade it, man. It's great. It's a great community. People come in from all walks of life. You don't know who's gonna walk through the door.
Right.
And we just handle it, man.
Do you feel like, do you ever get like carpal tunnel kind of with your hands
You know what?
at all?
Some years ago I did. I had a repetitive motion syndrome. They said. My hand was like, I was like, wow, what's going on?
Right.
But they gave me some little stuff to do to, help me with that.
Yeah.
But it hadn't bothered me in a while, but yeah,
Well, and the good news is that
guess.
this is something you can do until you fall over, right?
That's what I feel like. I'm going to cut it until it's not strenuous or nothing like that. So.
Well, I mean, it's obvious you enjoy it too.
I enjoy it, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Does some of it kind of come down to the masterpiece? Like, that hair looks really good, and I just made it look good.
I
Get some satisfaction off of that.
I do. I'm like, I do say that. I'm like, wow, that's good.
Yeah.
But the customer's reaction is golden.
Yeah.
Even a little kid that doesn't say much, the teenager on their phone all the time.
Right. Right.
And they'll look up and they'll kind of, I know you like it, so.
Yeah, I'm headed out on the town, man. Thank you for setting me up.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Do you have any clients can you think of any off the top of your head that are very, very particular?
Yeah, man. I got a new guy now. I hope he's watching. But he told me that. It was like, I'm very, I'm picky.
Like,
so,
how is he picky?
He just wants it a certain way.
Right.
You have to realize that sometimes you just don't really have what you want.
Right.
You may have a picture in your phone like, I want it like this, but you don't have that. And, I think he's that guy.
Yeah.
And, just very particular about a lot of
Yeah.
stuff, even like his appointment time.
Uh-huh.
He was like...
the same time, all the time?
Yeah, it was like, this is what he said. It's like, young man, what time did I say my appointment was? I was like, bro, chill, man. I got you.
2 minutes off, right?
Yeah, relax. I got you, man. I don't know who you're used to, but I got you.
Right. Well, I would imagine there's definitely instances of people being very particular about it, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And the majority of people you cut are men, I would say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about the clippers a little bit. Has tools changed much over the years, or are you pretty much using the same stuff?
Same stuff.
Did you keep your first
those things are
scissors and
burnt out.
everything?
No, they're dead, man. I don't know what that stuff is.
Yeah.
Yeah. What they do, Aaron, is they Andis, for instance.
Yeah.
They'll have a Andis master, but they'll change the color of it to black.
Okay.
Andis new improved.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Right.
It's just black now.
Right.
You know what I mean? They'll
Same one.
Yeah,
huh?
just a little higher.
Yeah.
They'll do stuff to make it seem like stuff's changing, but
Yeah.
it's not really.
Yeah.
Other than the cordless stuff.
Right.
But those stuff, it's very expensive now.
Yeah.
Clippers are high.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like everything
250,
else has gone
yeah.
up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, that's funny.
Yeah.
Does your brother have pretty much the same consistent clientele too?
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Is he a little more entertaining, or why would they choose the brother over you?
Well, you know what? Stan is actually very good with kids.
Yes, is he patient?
Yes.
Okay.
Stan, not that I'm not.
Right.
But if you are rating, we have a great rating. But Stan does very well with autistic kids.
Interesting.
And people have posted that.
Wow.
So
that's really neat, and that's
because people don't want to cut autistic kids.
Well, yeah, because you're worried about them moving or something like that.
Yeah. So he does a very good job with
Does
that.
he cut several of them?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
What a cool thing.
Yeah. People have chimed in and been like, "Oh, Stan is great. He's great." with the kids.
Oh wow, that is
people
really
are like,
cool.
"I don't cut autistic kids. He won't be still." Or,
Yeah.
whatever. But
well, I would be more worried about like injuring the kid, like with the clippers or something like that if they move. But
yeah, you just have to reassure them that everything is okay.
Right.
Because I think they can sense that you don't really want to be bothered with them. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So he does a good job with that.
And the noise, I would think, would be a little distorted.
It bothers their ear. So
Yeah.
he's good with that.
Wow, that's really neat, man. I'm really glad you brought that up. What do you think people look for in a good barber?
I think they look for somebody that can deliver what they want.
Right.
They can be honest with them as far as like what won't work.
Yeah.
And just being consistent with their time. Being and doing a good job.
Right.
I take pride in doing a good job quickly.
Yes.
Because everybody's in a rush.
Right.
Nobody has time.
Yes.
You got 3 people? Well, take it next week. So, just that and just being, nice to people and disrespectful.
Yeah.
And price point.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that.
That all works.
Do you have a degree in psychology too?
I do.
I would think you would. Are you solving the world problems on your chair
right
a lot?
there in that chair, man. I do that.
Do people unload on you?
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Some people, everybody, essentially we all go through the same stuff.
Yes, right.
And you'll be surprised, like, wow, I didn't know that. But
Yes.
I just listen, but I share as well.
Yes.
And that makes people open up.
Relate.
Because people don't like to just talk to people listening. They're like, he might just tell all my business. He didn't say anything about what's going on with him. So I try to, just be, a human.
Yes, yes.
So
you're bound by confidentiality, man, on the
Yeah,
chair.
yeah.
What goes on in the chair stays in the chair.
Yeah, yeah. And
That's
if I
funny.
tell you something, I don't care if you tell somebody else.
Yeah.
That's me.
Right,
That's what
right.
I tell people.
Right.
But if you say, Chris, between me and you, I won't tell
That's
nobody.
it. Yeah, right. Yeah, I would think you would be a very strong confidant,
Yeah.
We talked about technology. What would you say that to some young kid just graduated high school or college, man, I want to be a barber, I want to start my own shop. Step one.
Step one would be to find a place. You mean start your own shop?
Yeah, well, start. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So
yeah.
maybe you're a couple years in the business and you got the itch,
Yeah, find a place that's the rent's reasonable.
Yes.
Maybe possibly good walk-up clientele.
So the location matters.
Location matters.
Yes.
Make sure you talk, with the owner. Make sure that you understand all the paper, because people, they'll raise the rent on you.
Right.
So just find out if you can afford that.
Yes.
Or do you have barbers in there with you?
Right.
That's a big thing too.
Right.
There's just a lot of stuff to consider.
Right.
It's going to be tough in the beginning.
Yes.
Everybody's the best. I'm the best, but hey, man, when you're in there and it's nobody opening the door,
Right. Right.
it's tough. So I would suggest that they start out in somebody else's shop first.
Okay. So number one, get the clientele.
Get the clientele first.
And not have the pressure of all the bills on top of them.
Yeah, because even if you got money, I got $10,000, that'll be 8 up.
Right.
If you don't have, clientele or mismanage it.
Yeah, right.
So, just because you got some cash, it's not always wise to jump out on your own like that,
Well, that's kind of the cool thing about that business is that you literally can build up your clientele on somebody else's floor, or whatever you want to, their chair, and there's nothing you can do about that as an owner. I mean, that's just the way it goes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, finishing up, man, this has been super entertaining. I love kind of the insights into this, some of the things you're sharing. What's one of the most proudest things that you can think by having your business and cutting hair as long as you have?
Well, just being consistent and just, going through stuff, life stuff. I've been through a lot of stuff, been divorced.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
It takes a hit.
Yeah, for sure.
Started my business with my ex-wife.
Okay.
Just that and just, you said COVID earlier.
Yeah. You've mentioned COVID a few times. So that
man,
obviously was
tough,
a big deal.
Man. Yeah, COVID was tough.
Because nobody's going to your shop during COVID.
I stayed open.
Yeah.
The barbers, they decided to stay home. So.
Right.
Yeah, it just feels good to be, my own guy.
Yeah.
And,
well, I would think, your kids and your grandkids, that's got to be pretty special.
That is.
Yeah.
That is very special.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my sister, she has her own business as well. So
yeah.
It's good.
What do they refer to you as, Pop or what?
Who, my grandkids?
Yeah.
Granddaddy.
Granddad?
I like granddaddy.
Okay, well, whatever.
I'm old school.
That's, when you get to be a grandparent, you get to choose. That's your right, man.
Yeah.
I've always said I'm going to be a much better grandparent than a parent, so I can't wait.
I don't know. That's what they say.
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
Well, Chris, this was amazing. Chris Frison, owner of All Star Barbershop. Go see him. You get a haircut and a full education on life. Amazing. I'm so glad that we reconnected. It was so cool to see you on Facebook, and really appreciate you coming in. We've really enjoyed it. Thank you, man.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The Hometown Jacks podcast is recorded and produced by First Coast Mortgage Funding, located in the heart of Jacksonville. Do you want to be our next guest? Visit our website at hometownjackspodcast.com. We can't wait to hear your story.